Hey Chris, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
So I think the question on everyone's mind, what's with the beard?
I like it. I don't know what happened. It was training camp, and I was, when you're in training camp, you're just grinding out. You're going from the gym, back home, back to the gym, back home, nonstop. You're tired, and so I stopped shaving, and then I went to the barber, and next thing I know, he cut the line in there, and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to keep this, and so we're going Beard Nation.
Yeah. Is it the new look? Is it just going to stay there?
I'll tell you what, I'm liking it right now. My wife likes it, so I'm on all fronts. We're good. We'll keep it for now.
So now on to the fight. How are you feeling going into Saturday? How's training gone? Give us the basics,
I feel absolutely amazing, to be honest. I'm ready to go out there and put on a show. I've never felt better.
Do you feel like the middleweight division's kind of been a bit weird for a while until Whittaker got to the championship? And before Jacare steps in, you were meant to fight Luke. It's almost like you and Luke have been taken for granted almost, like people stopped talking about you in the title contention. Do you feel that, or do you feel maybe because you've been out for a little bit, that's why? Or?
I mean, people definitely stopped talking about me as much for title contentions for a long time because, I went from, dominating the division to having 3 losses in a row over a long period of time, and then I came back, thank God. I got a big win over a guy who's never been finished, Kelvin Gastelum, who's now fighting for the title. And then I had a thumb surgery again. Now I was out for a year. So when you have that much time off, I mean, this is. I don't care how big of a star you are in this sport. If you're not in the headlines for a certain amount of time, people forget about you. I mean, Conor McGregor in 15 years from now, people aren't going to be thinking about him every 2 seconds like they are now. It's just the way this is the way it works. So it hasn't affected me. I understand it, the psychology of it all. So I'm back in, ready to work hard and prove myself.
How hard is it? Because you were like at the top, you beat Anderson twice. How hard is it to go from that to losing 3 in a row? Like, what does that do to you? Because this is your life, What does it do to you when things aren't going your way?
Man, it was not easy. It was not easy. I hit the bottom of bottoms. You could hit as an MMA fighter, and I went from the highest to highs. Like I thought I was indestructible, undefeated champion, defended my belt multiple times. Into losing 3 in a row, I felt, I started questioning myself and everything that I put into the sport. So I went through a tough time, but you have 2 options. It's either you put your chin down and you start giving up on yourself, or you pick your chest up and you get back out there and keep training. And I started developing confidence again, and that's really everything. It's the mental game, and I was able to garner up the mental energy and physicality to go into that fight against Kelvin Gastelum and make a mark, and not just beat a guy that is tough and who's now fighting for the title, but finish him, the only guy to ever do it. And so that made me feel amazing. I felt like I was right back to where I needed to be. Confidence was back, looking for the title shot, and then I get injured again. In that fight, I had fractured my thumb and tore a ligament, so we hit adversity again. But I will tell you, when I beating Kelvin Gastelum, coming off that adversity, there was nothing like it. There's nothing like coming off of being depressed and on the bottom of your career to coming back in such a big moment, especially it was in my hometown. So I look forward to doing that again. I'm not coming back from as crazy as adversity as it was coming up with 3 losses for me with the injuries, because that kind of just happens. But I'm excited to come back out here and make a bang.
Because you come back from that adversity, do you feel almost like, well, nothing as bad as that can happen again? Like, do you feel a renewed sort of confidence going forward, or do you just put it behind you and focus on the here and now?
When I've experienced it all now, I've experienced it all, so there's no more question marks on what it's like to lose. I know. I know it's like to lose multiple times in a row. So that's out of the system. I just have to, I focused on my preparation, and I worked really hard to make sure I did everything right. And that allows me to go out there and just have fun and just relax and let it fly, you know what I mean? And not hold anything back.
All right, so last question, the usual one. What's your prediction for the fight? How do you win?
We shall see, man. I'm prepared for a war. This guy's a tough dude. He's not going to go away easy. But I'm obviously going for the finish. I'm really thinking I'm going to finish him.
And title gold next?
Absolutely.